Excellent. Well, what we've got here, Matthew, is got a wonderful Cornish duck breast here, and I'm going to do that, rendering it down with some honey and five spice. We've got some wonderful fresh peas here, shallots, which are going to make a fricassee of wild mushrooms. We've got some mint that goes beautifully with the peas as well, and of course there's a little bit of stock here to make our sauce with, and butter, just to monty it in. So should be quite a springy style of dish.
Monte it in.
Monty it, well, just thickened lightly.
Thank you very much indeed. I'm glad to have the translation. Anyway, I'll let you get on with it.
Thank you very much, Matthew. Well, first of all, we're going to start with our duck breast, and they've got a really good little tip to help you render the duck down. So I'll go to the freezer. What we've done is we've taken the duck breast and we've put it in the freezer so that the duck skin is nice and firm. That helps you take your knife then and just cut it down. You see that? The skin is hard, so the fat, if you like, is congealed. And by doing this, it helps render the fat down. So nice crisscross effect. And then that'll help that skin become really crispy. I love the crispy duck skin on the breast itself. Now follow with a little bit of seasoning, salt and pepper on both sides of the duck breast. And we've got a pan here, which we're going to put a little bit of oil, just a small amount, to start that render process. In the pan like so. There we go, sizzling away, rendering down that duck skin so it's nice and crispy, guys. Love my duck skin to be crispy. Okay, so fricassee of mushroom. We've got some mushrooms here. While that's rendering down, I'm going to cook it mainly on the skin side, but we will put it in the oven just for a short time as well. So we've got some shallots here with some butter. And the fricassee is very simple. We've got a little bit of mixed mushroom. Look out for some girots and morels this time of year. That's nice if you can afford it. But we've just gone to the supermarket and got a little variety of mushrooms, which we're going to put in a pan with some shallots, which we sweated down first in some butter. A little bit of lemon juice, just to help keep the colour into the mushrooms as well. And I've got some chicken stock and water to make the sauce with. So just sweat that down like so. I've just got some wonderful mushrooms in there. We're going to put the peas in at this stage, okay, so we can start to cook the fresh peas down. Now if you have frozen peas, you can put them in a little bit later. Now we're going to add half chicken stock and half water into here and bring it to the boil. Let's have a look at our duck at the moment, because that's looking fantastic. Lovely render, just starting to render here. I think in a minute we'll be ready to put that into the oven and then just cook it on its skin side just for a few minutes. It'll be lovely too. So let's just bring that up to the boil, and now I've got some butter, some chopped mint, and also I've got some honey, which I put with five spice, which we're going to put over the skin of the duck itself. We give it a wonderful sweet flavour as well. So let's have a look at the duck. Yep, that's great. So we're going to put that into the oven now. So in the duck goes. And here's one that's just cooked. Now that's out of the oven. And now what I like to do is just take our Chinese five spice with some honey and just dab that onto the skin. Now, if you take the honey and put it onto the skin before you cook it, it'll burn in the pan. So this is a lovely way of getting that duck nice and crispy and then having the honey on there like so. We're just going to let that rest for a few minutes. Back to our fricassee, which is now just cooking out lovely. A little bit of mint, which gives it a real fresh flavour, real lovely flavour on the palate. So a bit of seasoning, salt and pepper into the fricassee, and some butter, which I know we call Monty au beurre, but basically it means thickening with butter, so you get this wonderful rich texture. Now we're going to do a wilted spinach, just a little bit of butter, just really stir fry your spinach in a hot pan. Just in it goes very, very quickly.
So Michael, how was the food festival, the Exeter Food Festival?
Oh, the food festival was a great success.
Was it?
Best year ever. Yeah, absolutely. 20% up on last year. Wonderful weather, and of course a great display of regional foods and wonderful chefs that were all cooking. So great success, thanks, Matt. So you're going to come down next year?
I will. I'll wait for the invite.
No worries.
Yeah, what happened to mine?
Yeah, and mine.
You've got invited, Matthew. We wrote to you. Right, anyway, we've got some wonderful chopped mint, really fragrant. Drop that into our sauce the last minute and just whisk that in. A little bit of lemon juice just to cut through the fricassee, the butter and the fricassee, and that's lovely. Look, that's going to be really good. The spinach looking good now. Take a tongs, and what we're going to do